Good afternoon, everybody. Man, welcome back to the channel. Man, it's a nice day. Nice and warm. But then we got snow and ice within a day or so on the way. Just now getting the generator ready. It runs fine on choke, but when I cut the choke off, it won't spit and sputter. So that tells me I got a clogged jet or something. So I poured some seafoam in there. Let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll run it. See if it'll open back up. But guys, how the heck you doing, man? Coffee on? Coffee strong. Well, the topic of the video for today, I got to where I like doing this stuff. I'm such an introvert and a lot of times unsociable and standoffish, but that's me, you know. But topic of the video, man. You ever notice, man, like since 2020, everybody had to get the Bluetooth juice, you know what I mean? The Bluetooth juice. Because of the cold that was going around, you know. Everybody's changed where it's like we're in the Matrix. I hope it ain't just me. I hope everybody else is feeling kind of the same. Food don't taste the same. The time don't seem right. Days go by faster to me. Holidays don't seem right. And everybody's on the edge, man. On the edge. That's why I'm always giving self-defense tips and what to carry, you know, and when to use it and all that stuff. But there's a change where everybody's rude, antsy, drive like maniacs, in a hurry, going nowhere. You're in the store, man, they're just so rude and irritable. It'll about run you down with a grocery cart, you know. People getting harassed in the parking lots. It's just all these kind of things. Even like in the workplace, things have changed so much. I used to, a part of, you know, defense techniques and stuff like that. I'm not talking about fighting, but everything you do, you need to defend yourself, man. If you're in your car, I used to carry a dash camera in my vehicle, so somebody pulled out in front of me and I got in a wreck or there was some kind of altercation. But then again, before that, I always carried my body camera. It's a little camera about that big that has a SD card in it, so I kept plenty of SD cards. And I'll give you a prime example. One day I was at work, you know, work Monday through Friday, 40-hour week. Before I retired, you know, and I'd be security in the building and I'd go everywhere, you know, if I wasn't running a courtroom, if you will. It was the courthouse. And I'm familiar with all the clerks, you know. I know them, familiar with them, you know. They just everyday work people. And this is where I say you always hold this true now. You can count your friends on your hands, okay? Everybody ain't your friend. You need to get that through your head, okay? Especially in the workplace. They co-workers, they ain't your damn friend. So I was walking down the hallway one day, and you know, every conversation that I ever get in, I record. I hit record to make sure it videotapes, everything. So I'm walking there, you know, just doing my hallway security, making sure stuff's secure. And there was a clerk. She came by. She's hanging something on the bulletin board. I don't know what it was, but I had walked by and say, "Hey, pretty lady, how you doing today?" And I kept going. That's all I said. Hey, you know, she was a pretty girl, man. A lot of them were pretty. You know, and I like to be uplifting. You know, I don't like to try to be negative. But that's all I said and went about my business. Next thing you know, Lieutenant First Sergeant, he's calling me to the office, said, man, I got a complaint on you for like sexual harassment. And I said, okay, let's go with it. And the girl said, you harassed her or something. And I said, well, would you like to see the video footage? They was looked like deer in the headlight look. She was trying to throw me under the bus, bud, just for saying a compliment. Didn't want nothing from her. Don't want nothing from her. Not interested. Could care, just trying to be happy-go-lucky. That's why I knew this man, this is weird. When they looked at the video, they're like, this ain't no damn sexual. All he did was walk by and say, hey, pretty lady, how you doing? And kept on. He said, that's all he said. So from then on, I kept a straight face. I didn't smile at no damn body. I was a son of a bitch, but you talking about asshole? I was the asshole. Don't expect no smile or compliment from me. No. That broke me that day, And then there was another occasion where a guy came up to me. I turned the video on. He didn't realize I had that it was a video camera because it's real small. He come up to me and he started talking junk, trying to, get me to fight. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm trying to shop in the parking lot. He swings at me and I'm boom, boom, shakalaka. I take him down, Next thing you know, a day or two later, he's wanting to have me arrested for a hate crime because he was black. And when they looked at the video footage and found out that he started the whole fight and instigated the whole thing, trying to make himself the victim of the bullshit that he started, and I whooped his ass. Well, anyway, I did what I had to do. Next thing I know, he's wanting to have me charged with a hate crime. Why? Because I'm a white boy or something? No, I just put you where you needed to be. That's all. I'm just defending myself. But a hate crime is there's a lot of elements into that. Yeah, you got to be black, but it's got to be some kind of severe violence put up on you by two or three whiteys to call it a hate crime. When you start something and you get your butt whipped, you're not the victim. He found that out. Now, if I wouldn't have had that camera, I'd have probably been locked up and charged. That's why I say people have changed, man. It's just, you got to protect yourself, bud. Anything and everything, you got to protect yourself. But, the kids are so different. The youth. I know it ain't just me, but it's just one of those things, man. People just not, it's like the Matrix, like they're not there, man. A friend of mine that's a nurse at the hospital says she noticed that change, that people just not, they're not there no more, man. Just like they're in and out, in and out, in and out. I told her, laughing, joking, I said, I've been like that way all my life. But, I mean, you can tell holidays ain't the same no more, like I say, and patience is not there. Just a whole nine. So, I may change the name of my channel simply because the algorithm, some I get views, some I don't, but the algorithm is controlled by the left, the Democrats, So the topic of behind blue line, all they're looking at is blue line. Oh, he's a retired officer. We don't like officers. We're going to hold it. We're not going to share his videos. That's a crock of mess. So I'm probably going to change the title of my channel because they don't like that. Anything military or police or think I'm a Republican or something. I'm independent. I don't go, I'm just in the middle. So we're supposed to get a hellacious ice storm. And if we get at least an inch of ice, we're gonna be out of power. That's why I'm trying to get that generator ready. I went and filled up all my vehicles, done my workout this morning. So, and guys, when I tell you these stories, it's a life experiencing for me, man. When I tell you this stuff, because I was looking at my video graduation. I graduated in 1989, man. Everybody's hugging each other, hands on. Everybody had good communication. Nobody had a phone where they were in each other's face. And that's another thing. Everybody's got these phones. They spend their life on the social media, you know. Of course, I love making videos, but I don't ever watch myself, you know. And I watch some, but everything you see on Facebook that's a news feed is either fake or AI or somebody trying to stir up stuff, you know. Except for the Don Lemon thing, that's the biggest crock of bull crap. But most of what you see is designed to get a gut reaction out of you, make you mad, make you glad, make you say a comment so some smart ass can come back and say, yeah, like you coming to Appalachia, like you coming to whip my butt. Okay, I'm ready. Sasquatch will probably get you before you get me. So come on. Yeah, that's what I say, man. I mean, don't be a victim for nobody. Don't allow yourself to be a victim. And there's all kind of ways to be a victim. It ain't just fighting. It's just anything. Like I said with my camera, that camera saved me, buddy. Both of those occasions, I could have got in some serious trouble for doing nothing. If I wouldn't have had that, man, I'd have got in trouble at work and got suspended and all of that. But I mean, I'm 55 years old. What kind of fool do I look like by doing stupid stuff like that? I like to be happy, offer encouragement. You know, I tell the ladies in my church like that, hey, you were pretty today. You know, that's the way Mama raised me. That's the way I ain't. You know, you don't like me, go the other way. You know, that's the way I was raised. You might be raised to be a son of a bitch, but not me, okay? But I can get a case of that if you need me to. Because I'm not going to back down for no man. I don't give it. I'm not, you know, you want to get a case of SOB? We can get some of that too. I'm old school, bud. We know how to throw hands. 55 and I still train. Boxing, karate, wrestling, all that stuff. I do it because people are so mean. That's why I do. I don't want to hurt somebody. I don't claim to be no Superman. I don't. You might beat me down, but you won't never try it again. You gonna know I've been there. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be no Superman, but you gonna know that I've been there because I'm gonna tag you. Before you take me out, you gonna be tagged. Trust me. So that's the thing. Don't be a victim to nobody. And you can be victims in all kind of ways, man. All kind of ways. So the retirement life, man, is good. You got to stay busy. Keep yourself busy doing stuff. I got my dogs and started raising chickens and always had plenty of eggs. Always keep the coffee going. I'm always working on something. And I love music, man. I love making my own records and my own songs, and I put them out there on Spotify and on YouTube and that sort of thing. But, you know, 55, man, I don't see record deals and stuff like that. I started my own little record company, and I'm happy doing that, man, really. I'm happy. It takes a lot of work to get out there on that road doing shows and keeping a band together and budgeting. And you know, I got friends in the business that do it, that were very successful country singers. I got 3 of them, a matter of fact, that I'm good friends with. I don't let nobody know because of the agitation. So, and one, I may get invited to go play with him as a backup musician. I'm working on that. He's just right there in Tennessee. So, all 3 of them are actually. But we'll see, man. You know, I'm retired, so I can do it. You know, I can do it. So, guys, on some of my videos, you'll see me go through my rants and say my things, but I say it because it's true. I don't mean no hate or ill will toward anybody or any race. Don't get me wrong. I say the truth, man. I say the truth. So, and that's been my life, man. Working law enforcement and trying to be straight in there. I mean, it's tough because you always got people out there trying to hook you down and get you in trouble. And so, if you like what you see in here, give me a thumbs up, hit like and subscribe, and man, I'll come back with some more stuff. Hey, and y'all brace for this darn ice storm, man. Best of luck. Have a good one.